you looking for help for your food addiction and you don't know where to start? Welcome to the series, The Food Addiction Frontlines, where we uncover the expertise and services available for overcoming food addiction. I'm Dr. Vera Tarman, an addiction physician specializing in sugar and ultra-processed food addiction. In each 15-minute episode, we'll meet leading experts making a difference in this field. They'll share their journey, their training, and the unique services that they provide so that you can find the best treatment for yourself. Today, we speak with Alex Miller. Welcome, Alex.
Hi, thanks for having me.
All right, what inspired you to specialize in the area of food addiction?
For me, I struggled with my weight my whole life, and I never realized that I had a problem with addiction. I just blamed myself, and I thought I had no willpower. And so once I finally discovered more of the information and the science about sugar addiction, it was very healing to me to understand that it wasn't a problem with who I was as a person. It was, marketing and societal pressure and brain chemistry that was going on. And those are things that you can't fix yourself as a person, but you can change how you eat and your lifestyle. And so once that changed my life, I lost 200 pounds, got off my medication, was able to wear what I wanted and feel good about myself. I realized that I got a second chance at life that most people don't get. And I wanted to pay that forward by studying nutrition and understanding how to help other people accomplish what I did.
So you lost 200 pounds, and how long have you kept that off? That's a phenomenal amount of weight.
Yeah, it's been years at this point, and I kind of went up and down like most people have. And originally, it was very much just a traditional sort of weight loss approach. It was really the discovery and the understanding of addiction and how sobriety is. It's not easy, but it's simple. And that really is the key. It's the one thing that ever held me back from having peace with food and maintaining my weight loss. And by really committing to that wholeheartedly, it solved the problem. I haven't had a problem since.
What kind of training did you get, and what's your expertise in this area?
Yeah, so I did precision nutrition. I'm a level 1 certified coach. I did ISSA, and these are the traditional nutrition certifications. And then I decided to specialize in helping people with food addiction. I took Mike Collins' Quit Sugar certification and the Food Addictions Academy Food Addiction Coach.
Oh, with Kali Estes.
Yes.
Yeah. What was the other one that you mentioned?
Oh, ISSA is International Sports Sciences Association. So
Okay.
that's more of your traditional nutritionist sort of certification.
Okay, thank you. What kind of services do you provide? One-on-one, group services?
Yeah, I do both. It's very customized. It's a combination between one-on-one coaching and helping people with their food plan, helping people plan their lifestyle, accountability check-ins. And then also we have book clubs. We have group exercise that we do together. We have a WhatsApp chat where people can stay in touch day to day. And if they're having a craving, if they want to commit to staying sober during a social event. So there's multiple layers and multiple different things that we do, but I work with everybody to customize their plan because everybody's different. What they need is different.
What kind of clientele do you reach out to? I know you're doing something right now with just guys. So what kind of?
Yeah, so my favorite people to work with are people that are retired or maybe empty nesters. These are the people that they finally have time in their lives to really focus on themselves and start putting their health first. And I find that those people, they need the help, but they're very passionate. They're tired of struggling. They're really ready. But anybody that has a really positive mindset and they're not starting this from a place of, oh no, I have to go on a diet, I have to give up my favorite foods, but rather excitement and enthusiasm that it's so wonderful that I'm going to change my life. I can't wait to see what the future is, and I want to be sober and I want my life back.
I'm still not really clear what services you provide. If somebody calls you, is there a program that they actually sign up for, or is it basically coaching with occasional group?
Typically, what I like to do is a 3-part process, usually starting off with the sugar detox process and getting it out of their system. I like to do 90 days of really being off of the stuff, being really consistent and letting the brain start to heal. The cravings go away, the energy comes back, the focus comes back. And then I also like to focus on weight loss. That's typically what I do with people, is people that need to lose 50, 100 pounds. And that's the second phase, is getting the weight off once, the food isn't a problem, the cravings aren't there, and then really working on sustainability. So that's a 3-step program that I do, is the detox process, the weight loss process, and then really dialing in, making sure that they have the lifestyle in place and that they don't relapse, that they're not still struggling with the same things. But yeah, there's also the group coaching and coming with whatever's going on that week, whatever you need help with.
With that three-step process, how long does that typically take?
It's different for everybody because some people have to lose 20 pounds, some people have to lose 100 pounds. Typically, the detox is 30 to 90 days, depending on where some people have already gotten rid of it and they're really just trying to stay with it. Other people are in the middle of the food when they first start, and we're working together to get them out of it in that first week. After about 90 days, though, the brain is really starting to heal. The cravings are going away. Natural food tastes better. So that's really the first milestone. It also, that's a good place where your hormones start to balance out. Insulin resistance starts to loosen up a little bit if you've got that going on. That's when the weight loss starts to really happen.
Okay. Strengths or unique features of your particular program?
I think for me, it's just honesty and vulnerability. People really struggle with addiction and feeling like there's something wrong with them and feeling a lot of shame. And I try to be completely upfront about all the things that I've gone through, throwing food away and swearing to myself that I have to be done. I'm sick of doing this to myself. And then I wake up in a cold sweat and dig it out of the trash, right? Like I've been through all of that kind of crazy stuff. Sharing that with people and helping them understand that they're not alone. And if I could get through it, anybody could. Just the relatability and the human side of it, but also a lot of tough love. Some people really respond well to that. The ways that we're hard on ourselves and really mean on ourselves, struggling with that and having it all internalized and being alone with it is really difficult. So having somebody to say, hey, I see that you're not yourself lately and you're not coming to the calls and you're not doing your check-ins. Like I know that you're probably in the food right now and this is isolating as the pattern. But at the same time, you want to be healthy, you want to be here for your kids. What are we going to do about this? We have to break that pattern. That really helps people that haven't felt seen before, haven't felt like they could open up before, because they know that I've been through it too and I know what I'm talking about.
How do you handle people who have other issues, mental health issues, ADHD, anxiety, depression?
It's a combination. I always suggest that they do counseling, they do therapy, they have multiple support systems in place. And really what I do is it's the accountability on top of all of the other support, right? So if you're working with a therapist and there are things that you're trying to do for self-soothing, right? If you're doing CBT, if you're doing box breathing or meditation, it's the application of having a lifestyle, having these good habits in place. And so I focus more on the accountability side. I don't diagnose, I don't prescribe medication, I don't do therapy, treatment, or trauma counseling or anything like that. But working with everybody, having ongoing support day by day in between those therapy sessions so that you can apply what you're learning and you can stay consistent.
Do you work with the family at all or social supports in the community, 12-step programs?
Yeah, I definitely recommend that, whatever helps a person, we really want to encourage that. Some people are not joiners and they're not going to do the 12 step, and I can't force them to. It's like helping you figure out a system that's going to work for you with where you're at. And then other people that, if they're open-minded to it, by default, I always recommend that people try 12 step or smart recovery or even just a Facebook group or something where they have a tribe.
Yeah, okay. Any particular challenges that you come across in food addiction world?
Yeah, the big one is adherence. And I think that comes from just a mismatch in values, right? I think of a person, if they feel resentful that they have to give up their foods, it's going to be on and off. And sometimes they're focused and sometimes they're not focused. So we want to get to a place where we're giving up sugar because we're really excited to have a sober life and to be free versus feeling resentful and rebellious that somebody's taking away our goodies.
How do you take care of yourself in this work? Because front lines of food addiction can be tough.
Yeah, mental health is really important and something that I had to switch my focus from away from just weight loss and thinking of the physical stuff. So I walk a lot. I go for walks in the morning. I get lots of sunlight. I listen to music. My sleep hygiene is really good. I get a lot of sleep and I go to bed earlier. I do deep breathing, journaling. I talk to people when I'm struggling. I don't just bottle it all in. So these are some of the essentials, some of the most basic things that help with mental health. And especially when I'm coaching people that have really heavy things going on, I have to be able to, process that as well, because it can be very emotional for sure.
Is there anything that I didn't ask you that you'd like to showcase about your work, your services?
Yeah, I think just a lot of people focus on the food plan or should I do keto or should I do this or that?
Mm.
And I always really want to encourage people. The nutritional stuff is actually really easy, right? If you eat whole foods, that's pretty much it. You can do carbs, more or less carbs, but you got to get rid of the processed food. And if you've struggled with your weight, if you've struggled with your eating for a really long time and you're still looking for solutions after years or decades, give it 6 months, 100%, try a sober program, right? do 12-step, be really serious about recovery and sobriety, and it'll completely change your brain. Most people that have struggled for a long time, it's just addiction holding them back.
Yeah. Okay, how can people find out more about you?
Yep, so I have an email address. It's ketocoachalex@gmail.com. I don't do purely keto, that's just the email address. I'm Alex Miller on Facebook, and I run a group as well on Facebook called Sugar-Free Weight Loss Tips, where I help people with weight loss.
Okay, great. Do you have any last words of hope to leave the listener?
Yeah, honestly, the only thing holding most people back is just surrender, right? It's just throwing your hands up and saying, I'm not going to fight anymore. I accept that this is an addiction. I just don't get to eat those foods anymore if I want to have a really happy life. And when we accept that and we embrace it, everything gets better.
Thank you, Alex, for speaking with us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Big sugar is the enemy, corrupting the minds of the teens, expelling you not to foresee. Your body's your temple, your mind is your key to a life tapped into happiness. Have it, don't dream it, if only